Hello, everybody. Revolver Guy, perfect for poor people again. Uh, I just got done working in my garden a little bit. Wasn't able to do too much today. It rained last night and up into this morning, which is a good thing. I got my potatoes planted. I got some lettuce planted and onions, so that'll be good for them. I won't be planting anything else probably for about a month and a half. Uh, we just get too much cold weather and frost here in the mountains to plant any earlier than about mid-May or so. So anyway, I was glad to get all that done. Once the potato plants come up, I'll show you what I do to protect them. The biggest problem around here is the Colorado potato beetle. It'll get on your plants and eat the leaves off of it, and if your leaves don't grow good on your potatoes, then you'll lose it. They won't produce any root, which is the potato itself. So I like to use Ream oil. It's a all natural thing to put on them. I have used Sevin Dust in the past when I've had a really bad infestation, and I couldn't get rid of them any other way. I don't like to do that. That is an insecticide. But usually Ream oil will work pretty good. I'll go spray it on there, and it takes care of me. You might still get a few on there, but they won't eat much. And about once a week, that'll protect those plants. And that's about the only plants I really have a problem with around here, anyway. As far as any insects hurting them, I do have some rabbits get in my garden on occasion. I live out in the country, so of course you're gonna have little animals here and there, but I don't have a big problem with that. But when the potatoes get up, I'll show you that, and I'll show you how I side dress them again with some fertilizer, and just try to give you some more tips as I go on how I do a garden. I tell you, I've had really good luck with mine the last 2 or 3 years. I've been blessed by how much food that has grown in it, and I do rotate my crops. I don't plant something in the same spot every year. I try to move it. No more than every 3 years. I try to plant something in the same place. That way, the soil has time to rest from that particular plant, or even groups of plants. So that's all stuff you have to look up online. You have to study and read about that, because there's a way and in a place to plant everything. So, and I tell you, being able to produce your own food is really important, and I believe it's going to be even more important. This morning when I woke up, I heard, I was looking on my phone, and I saw this little news article come up about jobs that were added for the United States for the month of March, and how we added 196,000 jobs, and how the economy just all of a sudden again is doing great. In February, we only added 30-some thousand, and it was all doom and gloom for the investors, and they were all worried about it. And now all of a sudden, even Time Magazine writes an article saying how great the economy is, just chugging right along, doing what it's supposed to. But what they don't tell you, the 196,000 jobs that we added, how many did we lose? I really wasn't able to find that. I did a little research. I tried to read some things. Because what bothered me about the report, when I saw the 196,000 jobs that were added, had a little glimpse of something on the side. It said labor participation rate. And in the month of February, it was 63.2%. In the month of March, it was 62%. Now, how do we add 196,000 jobs, but less people worked? I don't really understand that. I tried to do a little research into it. I tell you, folks, I really think that we're all just being duped. I don't think that honest numbers and things are coming out to us. I don't care what they say about what they add. Most of these jobs added were service industry jobs. I mean, there was quite a few healthcare, which you'd expect in this day and time with the baby boomer generation getting older. But a lot of just service jobs, and I respect anybody that does a service job. It's hard work, and it's they should be commended for working hard and supporting themselves and their family. But one thing I did find is that we lost 6,000 manufacturing jobs in the month of March. So that, to me, that really says something. I mean, if you lose 6,000 manufacturing jobs, but you're adding so many thousand service-oriented jobs, I don't really see how that's great for the economy. Uh, because you just don't get better by not producing things. You have to produce things. That's what this country did for years. We would produce things. Now we produce very little, and that's still going down. Even with Trump in office, doing all he can, threatening people with tariffs and doing all these trade deals, we're still not producing like we should be. And I tell you, when we're spending over $1 trillion a year of borrowed money just to keep afloat, there's a real problem. And I tell you, this economy, I just don't see how it can't crash again. And now, 08, 09, it wasn't a crash. It was a recession, according to the experts. And I guess it was because we borrowed $10 trillion to buy our way out of it. The problem is we can't borrow $10 trillion to buy our way out of another one. And I'm afraid this time it'll cost a whole lot more than that. And then when we did borrow the $10 trillion, we didn't put it back into the people. We put it into the banks. And you've seen what the banks have done. So I just don't. I don't trust the government or the news when they report on the economy. And I tell you, I just can't see it going like this on and on, because the average person does not have a whole lot of money. And the average person is just struggling to make it, paycheck to paycheck. And this whole thing, I just don't see how it's not going to come down. But that goes back into growing your own food and prepping and just being ready for whatever may come. And that's why I do it. That's why I hope you do it. I don't want hard times to come, but I just have this sinking feeling they are. So I'm getting ready every day, doing the best I can. And I'm enjoying myself along the way. So, but anyway, I'd like to hear what your thoughts are. Maybe something you've heard or read along the way about what the economy is, and what are you doing to prepare for a possible economic collapse or whatever may happen in a SHTF situation. Thank you for watching. If you don't care, like and subscribe. And remember, all gun laws are unconstitutional.